Hi, it's Aaron Kurtz. And yes, I've had OCD for 15 years. And I want to share with you the most important piece of information that I can share that I've learned over that time. And I want to start off by going back to really the origins of when I developed and the intensity of the obsessions, the thoughts, the fears going through my mind that I'm sure a lot of you can relate to if you're watching this. And just the strong pull that I felt to disconnect myself from the world around me, to retreat into my mind, to figure out what's going on, to fix myself through my own means, through my own thinking, almost like a puzzle. It felt like there was a puzzle in my mind. If I just put the pieces together correctly, I could solve it. I could solve it. Well, years and years proved that that wasn't the case, and the puzzle remained elusive. The solving remained elusive, and I've learned a very important point is that OCD wants you to believe that it's a puzzle you can solve. And it's really the whole point of it. OCD is a massive distraction. It's a massive smokescreen for underlying emotions and conflicts happening at the subconscious level. And so if your OCD can get you pulled into your mind and distracted from what's underneath, then it's won. It's doing its job. It's doing what it's doing, protecting you from the pain underneath. And so what better way to do that than to pull you out of your life, out of the flow of life. You know, you look at life and you look at how there's a rhythm to life. The sun comes up and sun goes down, and there's a going to sleep, there's a waking up, for most people there's a work flow of going to work, doing a job, of eating food, winding down at night. There's a certain flow to it, and with OCD, the tendency I felt was to disconnect from all of that, especially from the flow that involved people and going out and doing activities and just immersing yourself in that flow. And I look back to kind of some of the worst parts of my OCD, and I was working a personal training job, which I still do, but personal training back then, obviously it's one-on-one training, right? So you're with a client one-on-one, and you have to go into that world. And I'll say many times I was not able to, and you're in your mind, you're still trying to do a job or a task, which is so not going to help you actually do your job that well. But at other times I was able to just let go, and you get into the flow, and you got clients back to back. You have no choice really. It kind of forces you just to like be in the moment and do your thing. And I noticed, man, there was always this sabotage feeling of not wanting to go to work, but realizing that as I went to the gym and I trained clients and I worked all day and I came home, I noticed I felt better. I felt so much better. For one, I wasn't thinking about the OCD, but that rhythm, that flow of immersing myself in the work I was doing actually really helped alleviate me feel better. Then I'd go home and I'd spend my time thinking in the evening and kind of undo that. But that was pointing me towards what I'm telling you here, and why maybe you've noticed that if you've had OCD, why a lot of these tricks and tips and tools, maybe it's breathing tips, maybe it's movement practices, maybe it's meditation hacks, all these different things that you've probably heard about to calm your sympathetic nervous system, to work on maybe childhood trauma, different things. If you're like me, I obsessed over those things. OCD wouldn't let me those things were limited in how much they could help me because I was still obsessing over it. So you find a breathing hack. You find I like tapping a lot. I think tapping is a very useful tool. EFT tapping, or breathing meditation, or going to sleep, getting enough sleep. All these different things you can do. Getting more movement. Maybe eating quality foods. Whatever it is, I obsessed over each one of those things and ended up just placing my OCD on them, so that it kind of like trying to control everything so much. I was just in a state of control. And again, that's what OCD wants to do. It wants to use whatever it can to pull your attention away. So what I've noticed, what's helped me so much is getting back into life, going out and living life. It's really the thing that you probably don't want to do the most, right? Because you can't think about what's actually happening, and that's scary. That's scary. It probably feels scary. When you get into the rhythm, you get into the flow of doing things, getting up and going out, getting up and doing a pattern of, maybe it's your job, maybe it's your work, maybe it's having a regular routine where you're not alone with your thoughts, you're not pulled into thinking and trying to fix yourself, but you're involved in a different cause, in moving your life forward. And the bigger thing is really going after what you want in life, right? Living your life with goals and aspirations, and involving yourself and immersing yourself in that. That's ERP on its own, because OCD wants to keep you away from that, and just getting into that flow and letting go of the overthinking and the fixing will bring up emotions. And I've noticed that just getting into that flow relaxes your body, and it will allow these emotions that are underneath to come up, and then you can spend more of a specific sort of dedicated time to being with emotions, letting them come up, feel them, and letting them move on out. But critical to that is getting into this, what I'm calling the rhythm of life, and the flow of life, like a river flowing down. Can you get in? Can you get into this power of the river to carry your life? And when we do that, we step outside of the ego, the mind, and we're carried by something greater. There's a greater energy to it. There's a trust there, and from that place, we can then be confronted with what's underneath, and those things can come up. And it's been a tremendous difference. I'm not going to say that my OCD is completely resolved, but it's night and day difference, and it made tremendous progress. And I'm working to uncover these unresolved issues, these conflicts that happen to start in childhood within my personality. And I have a OCD Hero coaching community you can join at the link below, where we work on this stuff, we talk about this stuff, and to help you on your journey. So if you want, click that link below to join that coaching group. Guys, thanks for watching, and until next time.